So I've gone ahead and filled in a few other things, and one of those was my direct cost of food. So the way I look at it is if we were asking to make $800,000, well, $800,000 was probably made off of roughly, we'll say that I'm trying to mark things up and make about a 65% revenue stream. So again, I'm buying things at a very small cost and then I'm marking them up for sale. Okay, well, that's not a bad thing. Again, food is food. There's the labor involved, there's the lighting, the payroll, the rent, all that stuff. So I charge a little bit more. And so I went ahead and filled in all of that and found my gross profits. This is how much it costs for food. This is how much it costs on a profit. Now we got to look at some of the other expenses, and I've already gone ahead and filled them in. Now, one of the things I want to notice is, payroll, utilities, all these numbers here, these are for year one. Now, anyone who's had to deal with any form of a payment, a long-term kind of can look and agree with, typically things get higher. Typically things cost more. Gas constantly is going up or down. Generally speaking, it's good to go ahead and just factor in that it's going to cost you more money now in the future. So one of the things we can do is we can highlight sort of our 5-year spectrum. Just like we did in the past, we went and filled in 800,000 and 1,200,000 over here. This time we just do not have anything over here. We're missing our 5-year. But if we go through that series option again, this time we're going to want to make sure that we're set to rows. Set to rows, not columns. But rows, we're dealing on this end. We're going to say that we're going growth. But instead of going with our trend, I want to actually give us a step value. Now, this step value is a multiplier, not a numerical number. So it's not just going to go up to 400,001. It's going to go up at a constant number. Now, in this case, not a constant number. At this case, it's right now just going to multiply by 1 every year. And so that doesn't really do much for me. If I hit OK, numbers don't change. That's not really how reality sets in. We have to deal with all of a sudden the fact that we're dealing with a growth, but our step value is actually going to go up ever so slightly. We're actually saying that the costs of these expenses are going to be going up at about a 5% rate. Okay, well, we hit OK on that, and you can see suddenly every single one of my expenses goes up. And I know this because, again, I am doing what's known as extrapolating. Big fancy word, but I'm basically saying, all right, I'm going to say here are my intro fees or my intro expenses. I'm going to guess they're going to be going up at a constant rate. Here's that constant rate.